Hi, my name is April and I'm going to show you how to cut a faux hawk on boys' hair. We're going to start with a 0 clipper blade, so it'll just be whatever your clippers are without the guard on it, and take it up into like a really short mohawk. If you don't want the sides to be really short, you can put like a 1 or 2 or even a 3 on the sides. Just keep in mind, the longer you have the sides, the longer the mohawk will probably end up being, because you're going to be blending it from nothing into the mohawk. So
my sides are long.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and start on this side. So when you're cutting hair, you're always going to stand where you're working, in front of where you're working. So you're not going to try to stand back here and cut where you're not looking. You're just going to stand where you're working at. We're going to start right here on the right side, and you're just going to take it and just kind of flip it up. So when we're going to start blending it around this area where the head starts to roll, that's where you're going to kind of have it, where you flip your wrist up and just take off that. And that's okay to have that line right now, because we're going to take care of it with the scissors and the thinning shears. So after you do that little section, okay, look down. Usually go back here and do the same thing. And then around. There we go. Now if you want the mohawk to go all the way down the back, you're gonna just take this one right here and just blend it in and leave this section right here. If you just want it to be the top, you can take that off. It's up to you. What day do you want your mohawk to go all the way in the back, or do you want it just to be on the top?
All the way to the back.
Okay. So just kind of blend that in. And then on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. I like to start at the ear. Good job. So when you go around the ear, you can just kind of follow the shape of the head to make sure you get all the long hairs right down in here. And we can go back through with a little T-edger and get anything else that's been missed, but that should get most of it. And see, his hair grows this way right here, so if you go up and down, it's just harder. Kind of go against the way the hair grows. There you go. So you can angle your clippers back and forth to kind of blend in different hair patterns. And then, okay, look down.
Okay.
Look down. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. You want these edges to kind of blend in. So if you have to like angle this a little bit and push the hair, you just want to try to get it to where it's not super blunt. Okay, we'll fix that more later. Now that that's done, we're going to take a little T-edger and we're just going to go around the edge of the haircut and get all the long hairs out. If you missed anything there.
Oh, wow,
and then we'll just go up the back of the neck. See? Isn't that funny? Look down. And then the side here. I guess this tickles. Right? Does it tickle?
I always love that.
Yeah, those ticklers. Okay, so now we need to blend this top in. We're going to take the spray bottle and just spray it. Alright, so after you spray the hair and kind of comb it up a little bit, I start on the right side and I'm going to just try to blend from the shortest up. So we're gonna, this is going to be cut as short as my fingers can go, so. And you don't want to cut, once again, you don't want to go past your second knuckle because you'll probably start cutting your own hand. And you'll just do this until you get back to the mohawk part. From here, I will go up and just kind of, you lift the comb into the hair, like you push it up and then you just pull it over, direct it over a little bit, and you'll be able to see your guide. You can just blend it in that way. Okay, so you're just gonna blend it in with the scissors. Oh, hold still. There you go. Alrighty. And then just do the same thing up on the sides here just to get, because your fingers are too long to blend that little in between piece. So this is just a really good way to do it. If you don't want to use the scissors, you can also use the clippers and you can hold the hair out like this and just go across it. This is a little bit faster sometimes. Whatever one you prefer. They both do the same thing, it's just a little different way of working. Just don't cut past that second knuckle. Okay, so now that the sides are pretty much blended in, we're going to go up here to the top and we're going to shorten the middle section. Now I'm going to just go, for this haircut, I'm going to just pull it like a little bit up so that there's about an inch underneath my fingers. And then I'm going to point cut.
Yeah.
So we're just going to point cut off half of this on his haircut. But you're going to want about an inch from the head there. Okay, so for the back, if you're cutting from just like a normal haircut growing out, it should already be done. You shouldn't need to do anything else back here. If the hair was really, really long when you started, you might have to blend it in. But that his just kind of blends already, so we're not going to do anything else there. Once you get the top mohawk part the length you want, then you're going to go back and you're going to join these two sections. You're going to join from the length of the mohawk down here to this shorter piece on the edge. So you're just going to connect the dots. And this is where you're just going to use this thumb over here to to hold the comb down. And so you're just kind of cutting at an angle from the short length up to the, and eventually you'll be blending in anyway because it will blend into the back. it's easier for me to cut from short to long. So I'm going to come out here in front, and then you have the angle right and you don't have to try to twist your wrist. So I comb back and then forward to get it into my hand. Back a little bit and then forward. And you should be palming your shears too if you know how to do that. You stick it on this finger. So when you're not cutting, you can use the thumb to grab the comb. Just practice doing that. You shouldn't have to put your comb or your scissors down at all while you're cutting hair. Okay, so now is my favorite part. This part's just fun. You're going to take thinning shears. They have a tooth on one side and then the regular scissor on the other. And you just go through and you just cut through this mohawk part. This is going to blend in any little pieces that don't quite fit in. And it's just going to make the mohawk look really professional and clean. And soft. It's going to give it a lot of texture. It's going to be a lot easier to do. You can even do this in the top a little bit to give it some more texture. So, anywhere where you think it still looks a little bit too thick, or if it just needs a little bit more blending in, these are great, these blending shears. And you can find these at Sally or any beauty supply really. But they make a big difference, so they're definitely worth the investment. So now you have a nice faux hawk that's not too crazy. I like this a little bit better than the stripe all the way down the side. I think this is a little bit more subtle. It's really easy to style. You just grab a little bit of gel and pull it through, or some pomade. If you want a more dry look, you would use some pomade like this dry wax. You just dig out and manipulate it until it's smooth in your hands. And then you just go in and rub it in. And make sure you get some in the back here so that you can stick it out. You look handsome, Zade. And then I like to just push forward the hair that's on the sides with a little bit of pomade. And then if you want, you can finish it up with some hairspray just so that it's a little bit more stiff, because these dry waxes, they don't have a lot of hold, they have more texture. So if you want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere while he's at school or whatever, spray it a little bit and then you're done.